Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys and gals a little bit about, how do you get the people in your life around you to take fitness and lifting, as something seriously that they might want to do. And I think for a lot of people, this is something people struggle with who either first get involved in fitness or who it's a really serious part of their life, of maybe their friends, their family, their romantic partner, how to get them involved. And the thing I'm going to say up front, you will not convince someone to work out or be fit who doesn't want to do so on some level. So let's be extremely clear on that, right? Let's be extremely clear. That is generally a waste of time to try to force someone into it or to shame them into it or into that. It's just not going to work. So we need to be clear on that. And even if it did, you have to factor in that, guess what? Are they really going to stick it out? Maybe not, especially if it came from a negative place. And the same thing even with romantic partners, because I think that's a hard one for a lot of people. And there's some things that you have to weigh out with that. So what I'm going to say up front, be positive, be encouraging. That's the number one thing you can do. And I found that the hard way. Even if you have a loved one who really should train for their health reasons, they have some other health problems and it would help them, they're probably not going to do it if you just keep trying to nag them about it. You can bring it up to them very positively, and that's what I would say is your best course of action rather than, now just be chill about it sometimes. Just kind of let them know how much you enjoy training. Sometimes a big important part of your life. And whenever it comes up, occasionally mention to them, hey, if you do want to work out, you could come work out with me and I'd be happy to teach you. I'd be happy to teach you the basics and stuff. And you need to frame it in that way, of just letting them know, hey, if you ever want to come train, I'd totally love to show you how to do it. I think it would be a lot of fun. I would really enjoy that. Okay. See how you've spun it as a positive thing instead of where you need to do this or as a something negative, right? Or shaming. No, it needs to be something done positive and encouraging to where you make it sound positive and you're offering to help. Okay, because if they're shy about it, they're scared to do it, it's unknowledgeable to them, they're intimidated by it, to have someone else who already does it to say, hey, I'll teach you. As an encouraging thing, it makes stuff a lot less intimidating. Okay, it makes it a lot less intimidating for people because then if they had any reservations about it, they're like, they actually want to help me do it. They're being encouraging. This is someone who already, works out and stuff, and they're encouraging and offering to help me. They'll show me and they seem encouraging about it. All right, that works pretty decently well. And if that doesn't work, then probably nothing else is going to work. That is probably your highest odds of success. Because if they don't go with that, then they really just truly don't care and are not going to do it, no matter what else they have going on. So it's something you have to think about. What you also have to think about is then the toxic end of it. Okay. And I think particularly when it comes to relationships, what people have to weigh out, and this does cause problems. Okay, if there's an insecurity issue, and let's say you're new to fitness and you get with someone who is out of shape, right? You're with someone who's out of shape and you start getting in shape. And this applies to both men and women. I've seen it happen both ways. It can create jealousy and insecurity. Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem that I would say to someone. If you're going to talk about a healthy romantic relationship, okay, this is what you better weigh out. Don't ever have the mindset, oh man, if they're going to be jealous and insecure, I can't pursue any fitness stuff or get in shape. Because now you are literally letting a romantic partner harm your health. Okay, let me state that again. If you then take that mindset to where you say, man, this is creating a problem in my relationship, you are now letting a romantic partner harm your health. Now, if you're just a girlfriend or boyfriend, that's a real easy answer. That's a no-brainer. That's basically Red flag, that's grounds for a breakup. Why? Because that person is so insecure that they're willing to harm your health over their insecurity. They're not willing to care about your best interest, your well-being. Because keep in mind, working out is important for our mental well-being too. Our emotional well-being, our physical health is kind of important. So anyone who deters you from doing that is harmful to you. They're bad for you. They're bad for you mentally. They're bad for you physically. Okay? And if their insecurity is so toxic that it's going to be a problem, that's an easy breakup. Good thing you didn't get involved or married. Saved yourself a whole lot of grief down the road. And for people who hear all this and you hear something like that and you're like, well, I would be insecure with my partner, then you need to step back and reassess. Are you a toxic person who's bad for anyone that you date? Like it'd be one thing if you said, well, I don't ever want to be in shape, don't want to work out. But if you're one of those people who then say, oh gosh, I would feel insecure and be a problem if my partner worked out or got into shape. Okay? You need to really seriously reassess yourself as a person at that moment and step back and go, wow, am I a toxic person? Because you kind of are. And that's fixable. Once we realize something like that, we can fix it. But that should be a red flag to where you go, oh man, maybe I better really rethink. Why am I that insecure? Maybe I better do something about this. Maybe I should start working out and fix that. If I'm going to be insecure and I'm going to pretty much doom anyone I'm with to bad health because of my insecurity, I better fix this. I'm not going to be a good partner to someone if that's the case. And it doesn't mean that for people who can handle it. I'm not telling someone who's out of shape who will be okay with their partner choosing a fitness lifestyle. Okay? That's different. As long as you're not going to be insecure about it. But what I would say in some cases, though, their habits are going to rub off on you. Right? Eventually, sooner or later. Even if you don't take it as seriously as they will, it probably will, especially if you're living together. Hey, the other problem we get into with that too, though, what if you're already married? I'm going to say the same thing to someone. You can't let a marriage literally interfere with your health like that. I mean, again, we don't live in that world anymore. We live in a world where people can get divorced. Okay? People don't want to hear that, but I mean, if a partner is going to be harmful to your physical and mental health, and they're not willing to address it or fix it, okay, that's the main thing. When you're married, there's at least some obligation to find a middle ground and to fix it, and that can be done. I have been in a situation like that, and it wasn't fixable. All right, it wasn't fixable. And there was terrible insecurity. So I've been in at least one relationship like that. And there's a point where you have to go, okay, you're not willing to get help for any of these issues. You're not willing to work on it. So bye. And that's fair. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.